Hey everybody, Joe Saunders here from the Managing Violence podcast. Thank you so much if you're here. A bit of an unannounced live. I don't know if anyone's going to see this in time, but if you don't see it, hopefully it pops up and you might see it at a later date. I just wanted to reach out and let you guys know, or remind you if you already knew, that the month of October, all our Patreon contributions for the Managing Violence podcast will be donated to the Enson Inoue Foundation to help expand the work and continue the work that Enson has done for displaced communities and orphans in the north of Japan. For those of you who don't know, we had Enson on the podcast about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And Enson, obviously, he's an MMA legend. He's an all-around legendary human being, a warrior in every sense of the word. And he spoke to us not only about his upbringing and his career in MMA, but also about what he's doing now. And for those of you that may not have heard the interview or perhaps didn't catch the story, Enson, ever since the earthquake and tsunami and nuclear disaster in the north of Japan, has made over 50 mission trips to the north to help communities that have been displaced or had or affected, or orphans become orphaned as a result of those disasters. He's made over 50 trips loading his own vehicle full of supplies, things like shoes and clothing and toothpaste and sanitary items and toiletries and just basics that were not being provided for people that were displaced, living in shelters, living on the streets. And Enson took it upon himself to start making these trips into areas that were restricted, that the public health guidance said not to go to. Enson loaded up. He took things up there to help human beings that were in need. And he's really become like a savior, a guardian of these people. And Enson has funded this primarily out of his own pocket. And that has largely come from his ability to be able to teach jiu-jitsu and MMA seminars around the world and to be able to continue capitalizing, I guess, on the career and the name that he built for himself, and also through the Destiny Forever bracelets that Enson and his wife Sarah make and sell in Hawaii. But with 2020 happening the way it has, I mean, Enson's ability to be able to teach jiu-jitsu or teach MMA and to travel the world and deliver seminars is pretty much zero. And also, while the bracelet sales still work online, most of his retail sales come from Hawaii. He hasn't been able to get to Hawaii. He's been stuck in Japan. And because of that, his income is very little at the moment. And this is not an appeal for Enson Inoue, the human being, but he is committed to being able to continue providing shoes for orphans in the north of Japan. He's committed to making another delivery by Christmas. He's going to find a way to pay for it himself. And I would really like, on behalf of the Managing Violence podcast, on behalf of our listeners, on behalf of our subscribers, to be able to make a large donation to that cause. So if you are part of the warrior community, you're a martial artist, you're a protector, you care about human beings, and you would like to contribute with us, then all of our Patreon contributions, which is our sole source of income for this podcast, other than the couple of bucks from YouTube we get each month, but it's basically our sole source of income. Everything that we get from you guys in October is being donated to the Enson Inoue Foundation. It's a registered charity. There's no risk there. But if you'd just like to donate directly to Enson without the Managing Violence podcast in the middle, by all means, EnsonInoueFoundation.org. But I would really like to be able to make a good donation on behalf of the podcast, on behalf of our listeners, to say thank you, Enson, for your time. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for the man you are. Thank you for the work you do. And thank you for continuing to be an embodiment of the warrior spirit that we all look up to and that we all appreciate. So look, guys, Enson's doing fantastic work. He wants to continue doing fantastic work, and we would really like to be part of that as well. So there's a couple of days left in October before the Patreon contributions come out, but head on over to patreon.com/managing violence. That's patreon.com/managing violence. Sign up for however much that you want to sign up for. Every cent we get in October will go to the Enson Inoue Foundation. If you want to do it, go donate directly to Enson, EnsonInoueFoundation.org. Please, let's get behind a true legend, not only in martial arts, not only as a fighter, but as a human being. Say thank you for the work you're doing, Enson. Thank you for your career. Thank you for your life. Thank you for who you are. And we really hope that we can put forward this offering, this blessing for a man who truly deserves it. So thank you guys for listening. If you've watched this after it's come out, I hope you found it in time. But if it's after October, please just go to ensoninnouefoundation.org and support Enson anyway. But that's it for me, guys. I hope that I see a couple of you guys on Patreon or on the Enson Inoue Foundation, and we can help continue this amazing and important work that the one and only Enson Inoue has started. So thanks, guys. I'll talk to you again soon.